What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. So I think it's time that we do some classic content, specifically classic era. So I want to do a playthrough leveling up on the Alliance side on Deviate Delight. I have heard through some other videos and streamers and things that the server population is super low, so it's about as close as we could get to like a fresh server. Because the population is so low. So looking to roll a character here and just enjoy the level up process, the journey to 60, again on a server where there's, no mains, we can send ourselves gold and loot and so on. So I just want to get really deep into, the game, the journey, leveling up professions and so on. So I just want to film it as I go and bring you guys along with me through the journey. I actually have not decided what class to level. So if you're unfamiliar with Classic, original OG Vanilla, you have 4 races on the Alliance. You have Human, Dwarf, Night Elf, which I'm fond of, and then we have Gnomes. I usually go to Night Elves first and foremost. Back in 2019, I leveled a Night Elf Warrior. I also leveled another Warrior because I'm crazy. No, I'm just kidding. I just love Warriors. It's one of my favorite classes. But because I have leveled Warriors so much, and I currently have to on Classic Era on another realm, I don't want to level another Warrior. I would say probably that Dwarf is the least played class that I've played in the past, or that race that I've played in the past. So I was thinking about doing a Dwarf Paladin. There's just something about the original cover of the box. You see what I think is probably a Dwarf Paladin, maybe a Dwarf Warrior, but he's got the one-handed sword, what is it, Tibu's Blazing Longsword. And then also you see those Dwarf Paladins with Hand of Rag, and it's like, I don't know. It's just nostalgic. I love it. It's a great feeling. We could also run a gnome if we were going to do that, though. We'd end up doing a caster because I don't necessarily want to play a rogue. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we roll a hunter? Should we roll a paladin? I don't know. Now I'm torn. I thought for sure that I was going to run a melee class, but now maybe we could roll something else. If we got to think about professions too. If we roll a paladin, I'll probably roll mining and blacksmithing. If I rolled a hunter, I would want to do skinning leatherworking. So let's just see. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I do love the opening. I love Night Elves so much. And you always have the priest, which is one of my favorite classes. Man, what should we do? Could go human paladin. Get that two-handed mace skill, which would be nice. Not really a requirement, but it would be nice. Got a mage. I don't really want to do a mage. I do love warlocks. For warlocks, I would probably do a tailor miner. Honestly, could do a gnome. Could do a gnome warlock. I don't think I've ever leveled a gnome warlock before. Man, decisions. So since we're going to be on a dead server, let's think about it like this. Since we're going to be on a dead server that is hopefully going to slowly be repopulating as more and more people are coming back to Era, we want a class that we not necessarily can easily solo stuff, but that we'll be able to try to push to the limits of soloing. A warlock would be great for that. A mage would be great for that. A hunter, obviously, hunters are great. They can solo a lot of content. I love hunters personally. Decisions. I always do a Night Elf hunter, so I guess a Dwarf hunter would be cool. It'd be a great class to solo. To do some solo content. Let's do it. Let's do a Dwarf hunter. And we're going to totally randomize the name here. Let's see what sounds good. None of these are saying dwarf to me. Like, none of them are sounding like a dwarven name. Ordin. That's okay, I guess. We definitely have to fix this hair, though, before we actually create this guy. That's better. And let's do a different hair color. Like the orange. Yeah, the orange. Okay. Demorin. Demorin. Let's do Demorin. Let's do it. Alright, guys. I'm going to be quiet during the intro. I love the intros. If you've never seen a classic intro like this when you're creating a character, enjoy.
The stoic dwarves of Ironforge spent countless generations mining treasures from deep within the earth. Hidden within their impregnable stronghold of Ironforge Mountain, they rarely ventured beyond the wintry peaks of Duhora. Recently, however, the dwarves unearthed a series of ruins that held secrets to their ancient heritage. Driven to discover the truth about his people's fabled origins, the great king Magni Bronzebeard ordered that the dwarves shift their industry from mining to archaeology. As part of the Grand Alliance, the stalwart dwarven armies have been called away to battle the merciless horde in faraway lands. In these perilous times, the defense of the Mountain Kingdom falls to brave dwarves like you. The spirits of the ancient kings watch over you, and the very mountains are your strength. The future of your people is in your hands.
Can we just take a second to enjoy that intro? I mean, think about it, guys. 2004. Blizzard did such an amazing job when it comes to setting up this game for success. So we're going to do a couple interface things, add some action bars and stuff before we get started. Just get things the way that I like them. Cool, our keybinds are still set from other servers. We'll bring our food over. The one downside to leveling as a hunter is you're going to carry your ammo pouch or your quiver. And so you're always going to have one less bag. So that is one downside to playing a hunter. Nonetheless, still a great time. Let's see what we've got here. Stone form, we'll put that on there. Gun specialization raises skill by 5, but it doesn't really do anything in Classic because you can't get a glancing blow on a ranged attack. I'm just going to set up our frames here. That looks good. So guys, I definitely have some add-ons and things. I've got a tune, I've got Atlas loot to check for dungeons, I've got a kill tracker. Let's definitely reset all of this data to 0 so we can see what it's like as we level up. If you guys would like, I could disable add-ons or certain add-ons. I do have Questy, not a huge fan of the one a lot of streamers talk about. I've tried it out, I don't like it. What can I do for I just like the good old Questy. And then we've got our TomTom down here. This is just for coordinates, so we can mark stuff on the map. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about this first quest. Dwarven Outfitters. Sten Stoutarm would like us to go get 8 pieces of tough wolf meat. Let's see here. He says, what do we have here? You look as though you might need something to keep your hands warm, I'll tell you what would help. A pair of nice, warm gloves. And being the kind of soul that I am, I'd be more than happy to provide you with a suitable pair. I've one condition, however. I need you to go get me some wolf meat. Nice arrangement, You bring me some wolf meat, and I'll make sure you don't lose any digits to frostbite. Well, what do you say? So we'll end up getting a decent pair of little gloves here as our first item at the end of this quest. We need 8 pieces of wolf meat. You can find the wolves out here, guys. As a hunter, I like to try to max my range, which is 35 yards. I don't have a swing timer built in here, but that's okay. I mean, it does maximize your DPS. Maybe I'll get one at some point. I have almost learned to count it. For my movement. But, you know, as a hunter, it's never a bad idea to raise your melee weapons. If you guys are used to retail, hunters actually have a main hand, offhand, and a bow or gun. So, oh, look at that. We actually have a pair of gloves early. 17 armor. Let's go. But yeah, so, you know, once something gets into melee range, you never want something in the dead zone if you're familiar with that. But you're going to want to have your melee weapons leveled up skill-wise. Because otherwise you're not going to hit a target, and especially in PvP, you know, even though the weapon skill doesn't matter in PvP, so to speak, if we're out and about and you're getting chased, like, you want to be able to get a mob off you or something like that while being attacked by somebody. So, nonetheless, recommend raising the weapon skill, which we're going to do. We may go as far as to level our unarmed weapon skill, because nothing is worse than when you're close to death, the mob is close to death, and you get disarmed, and you can't hit them for like 3 to 5 seconds. Depending on the disarm. Oh, look at that. There is another hunter here. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's actually check our /who. We have a hunter, a mage. Let's just do a full refresh. How many people online? 40 players online. Probably more than 40, but let's see. 1 to 10, we have 11 people. 20 to 30. Or sorry, 10 to 20. We have 10, so that's 22, 20 to 30. We have 2 people, so that's like 23, 24. 30 to 40, we have 5. 40 to 50, we have 4. And then 51 to 59, we have 3. So, you know, we have about 50 people online. You know, it's the middle of the workday for where I am. So it's not really surprising that a dead server only has 50 or 60 people online. But, you know, this means that we're going to get a good economy. This means that we're going to get a good chance at items not being, you know, ridiculously overpriced. So I am super excited to level up on this server. And I really hope to see us eventually get fresh servers one day. But for now, this will do. Alright, we have our 8 pieces of wolf meat. Let's go ahead and head back over to Sten's Stout Arm, turn this in, and get our next quest. We may need to vendor a couple items as well. Already replacing our gloves. Perfect. Alright, so we have 2 quests. We have Netch Rune. This is to go talk to our hunter trainer. And then we have the Coldridge Valley mail delivery. So we have a stack of letters that we need to go take to Talon Kenai, which he is down the road at the next camp by the frozen lake. Let's go ahead and vendor some items for now, guys. I do have an auctioneer add-on that tells me like what items are worth vendoring. It's pretty easy to know, it's pretty easy to misvendor items. In Classic, in Vanilla, there's so many more uses for items that you probably don't know about, whether it's completing a quest or some random craftable that you had no idea there was a recipe for. So I would always say if something is uncommon quality, vendor it. If it's common quality, put it on the auction house. You know, try to get money. Your first mount's going to run you about 100 gold, and it's expensive. It's hard to get that much gold, you know, on a brand new server with no help from anyone, especially if you can't, you know, sell some stuff on the auction house. So being that we're on a limited server right now with limited people, we need to be very careful about what we vendor. If anything, if you're unsure about it, create a bank alt, send it to your bank alt. We just learned how to track beasts. So I don't really use the tracking feature unless I'm looking for a specific mob. So we won't turn that on for now, but it is useful. It would show up beasts on our mini-map up here in the top right corner. For now, we're going to do a new threat, which is killing 6 Rockjaw Trogs and Burly Rockjaw Trogs. So as you see, here the buggers have been popping up all across the lands, and it seems that Cold Ridge Valley is no exception. They've been spotted all over the hills to the southeast and near the frozen lake, and that's not all. Just a few nights ago, they attacked and overran our camp to the west. We're a bit short-handed here, lad, and we need strong arms to help drive these trogs back. I love this feeling of like you're just this nobody coming up in the world, and it's like, all right, you are totally expendable. Let's get you out here fighting these trogs. And some of these guys are really ugly. Like, watch if we zoom in here to like first-person point of view. Let's take a look at these trogs up close. These guys are just really ugly. Look at that guy. But you have to appreciate the artwork, I mean, that Blizzard put in, all the way to this, down to the spots, the little belt he has on. I mean, they put in so much effort, you know, to make this such an amazing game back in 2004. And there is a reason why, that it was the #1 MMORPG then, and I would arguably say it still is to this day. Has it fallen off in some ways? Absolutely. But Classic will always live on. It will always have a player base. As far as this first episode, guys, I don't know how long we're going to go here for. You know, it's going to be a long journey to 60. So I hope you guys are here for the ride, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm very, very excited to get this done and to just really watch this character grow. If you guys have any recommendations for me, anything you'd like to see, if you want to see me level another class even, you know, or you need a guide on how to do something, I'd be happy to do that for you. Like I said, I've been playing WoW for a very long time, basically since the launch. It was shortly after the launch when I got on originally, and so, you know, I've seen a lot, I've played a lot of classes. I have not played every class at endgame, but I have played some of them. And so I would love to, you know, get every class to 60 eventually. That would be really cool. So if you guys want to see that and come along for it, that'd be great. Maybe some PvP. Would love to do some like montages of PvP. Huge fan of PvP. Really of any class, of any bracket. I love Battlegrounds. I was never a big fan of the arena theme, like the arena scene. For me, arenas, I don't know. I really love open world PvP and Battlegrounds, that big battleground feel like in Alterac Valley. I'll be honest, I'm not an amazing PvPer. Most of you would probably say that's why I don't like arenas, because arenas can be highly competitive. And they are. They're definitely highly competitive and more competitive than Battlegrounds, but I just like the team aspect versus just having a singular other person. And part of that is because I enjoy the team and social part of it, and then part of it is also because I'm not the best PvPer in the world. I can hold my own, but there are definitely people that are much better than me. And we will see that as we run into some people in the world. Shout out to Kargaz, because Kargaz is the reason I'm on this server right now. I was watching his stream, and I saw that more and more people were jumping on this server to try to bring it back to life. So I am super excited. It's my first time playing on a role-playing server. I'm not much of a role player myself, so I won't probably be partaking in that. But I am excited to run into familiar faces. Kargaz is currently leveling a Orc Hunter, and I think he just hit like level 17 or something like that. I was just watching the stream a little bit ago before coming to create this character and deciding to start on the journey myself. So super excited, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. You know, Classic is just that feel, that homey feel. No matter what stage you're at in your class, you could be level 17, level 50, level 30, or level 6. It doesn't matter. You will immediately feel a connection to that character, a growth as you progress it, and just everything you do in Classic matters. From your professions secondary professions like fishing. Fishing and cooking are so important to level. And, you know, in retail, professions are just, well, kind of pointless, honestly. I mean, like I said, I played Dragonflight when it first came out. The first, like, week I played, and I cleared one raid through LFR, and I leveled a rogue from 60 to 70. And nothing I did felt like it mattered. I felt like my class had no identity. Like, yes, I'm a rogue, but it didn't feel like I was a rogue. And so I just was not a big fan, you know? Was not a big fan at all. So coming back home, or what I call home, to coming back to my roots of Classic is just fantastic, especially after being gone a while. You know, guys, I mean, it's crazy to think, but we got Classic in 2019. I believe it was, November of 2019? So we're almost 5 years old on the original launch. And so it really is not only time for fresh servers, because it's been enough time, I think, but it also, like, if we can't get it, we can come back to these servers, and that's the amazing thing about Era. So feel free to join me. I may start a guild if we get enough people on, and see if we can get some groups going, maybe run dead mines and stockades and just level up together, guys. I'd love to play with y'all. You know, definitely let me know, and we could all pick a guild name and so on. So we delivered the stack of letters. Then he tells us to go deliver a letter to Grellin Whitebeard. He also gives us a quest called the Boar Hunter, and I believe, he says, no need to get them charging. They're all angry and ready without any help. In fact, recently, they've been so many boars in this area, and it's become dangerous for me to do my daily hunting. Long story short, if you could help me kill some of the boars, I would appreciate it. I love it. A simple kill quest. Kill 12 boars. So let's do that, and then we'll go finish delivering the mail. We need to keep an eye on our bullets, too, here. We have 130. In Classic, they stack up to 200. And for those of you who have not played Classic, yes, hunters used ammo in Classic. For bows, they used arrows, and for guns, they used bullets. And you can actually craft the best in slot bullets at 60. Or, well, you craft the arrows, I think. Or maybe you craft the bullets and then transfer them to arrows. Nonetheless, you do have to actually craft thorium. I think it's thorium-headed arrows. I could be wrong. But, yes, it's very important to get done. I think what we'll do here, so we're going to level all of the secondary professions. That's going to include cooking, fishing, first aid, and then we will probably run skinning, leatherworking, more than likely. For now, maybe we could eventually end up doing maybe mining and engineering, but skinning and leatherworking seems like it's going to be the best bet to begin with, not only because skinning is a great moneymaker early game, but also we'll be able to make some pretty decent gear, I would say. We can search the world over for recipes and so on. We won't get another shot off. Yeah. That's where a swing timer comes into play really nice. And you have to be careful with the hunter, because everything is so up in your face, at least until level 10. Once you get your pet, things change a lot. You guys should drop a comment what we should tame as our first pet here in Dunmoreau. We're going to have a couple options. We'll be able to tame a boar. We'll be able to tame a leopard, like a snow leopard. There's also a bear that we could tame. We could get a spider from Loch Madan, but we will still get our pet here in Dunmoreau to begin with. So it'll probably end up being there's wolves too. So we could get a wolf, a leopard, a boar, or a bear. Now, because of Classic's original cinematic of the dwarf and the bear, I feel like I should tame an Ice Claw bear to level, because that's literally the bear that's in the video or in the original cinematic. So I think it'd be really cool to do that. You guys drop a comment. Tell me what you think. We may do an Ice Claw Bear. We'll see how things progress. Boars are also really good because they get an ability to charge. I don't know if they get it right away. It's been so long. It's been several years. But I know they do get an ability to charge. And so if you're unfamiliar with the pet process, I think the pet, like some people think of it as a chore, but the way that pets were treated in vanilla truly felt like they mattered. Because you had to feed your pet. You had to keep your pet alive. You had to train your pet. Your pet got talent points. And it even had a happiness level based on the food you feed it, how often, and you do more or less damage based on that unhappiness level or happiness level. And like if you go too long without feeding your pet, it'll literally run away, and then you have to go tame another one. So it's pretty crazy, honestly, but I love it. That's one of the things that I love about Classic is that the pet had to actually matter. And so the pet is a lot of what the identity of a hunter is. A lot of people think hunters are just the easiest class. They're definitely one of the fastest classes to level, and I think they're the easiest when it comes to low skill. Like they're easy to pick up, but I think they're also very hard to master. So very easy to pick up, but very hard to master. Like you in PvP and even PvE. End game, you will easily be able to tell apart someone who is a very experienced hunter and someone who is just a casual hunter. Because the skill ceiling is so great, the distance between somebody who is a pro versus, first rolling their first hunter. Although it's, again, a very easy class to level because of the solo ability. They get Aspect of the Cheetah at level 20, which is amazing for movement speed increase. That's 30% movement speed increase permanently, as long as the aspect is active. You do get dazed if you... Oh, we just picked up a quest, guys. So we have a timer on this, 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go take this mug back. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. But yeah, so Aspect of the Cheetah that you get at level 20... although it's a 30% movement increase, and then I think it's 36 or 38% if you have it talented, which you can get as early as like level 22 or 23, I think. Although it does have it's permanent until you switch aspects. If you do get hit while it's active, you do immediately get dazed. So you don't want to have it on while you're in fights and things like that. You'll want to switch over to Aspect of the Hawk. But it's amazing pre-40 because if you didn't know, in Classic, you don't get your mount till level 40. And that's if you've saved 100 gold by level 40 that you're going to get it. Some people don't get the mount till mid-40s, even sometimes 50. And so it's really great to be able to have that so early on. I would compare it, if you're a Horde player, I would compare it to the Shaman's Ghost Wolf that they get at level 20. Except it has no cast time, which is so nice. So we dropped off this guy's mug. And you know what? Since we're here, we're level 4. Let's visit our trainer because we're going to get a move called Serpent Sting. And Aspect of the Monkey. We only have 1 silver, so we're going to have to choose. This is what I was saying early on. Money is hard to come by, so you have to pick and choose what skills you earn. Aspect of the Monkey I don't really care about. I'd rather have Serpent Sting for now. If we have enough stuff in our bags to vendor to get 1 more silver, we'll go ahead and learn it. But I don't think we do. Let's see. Yeah, we don't. And we also only have 97 bullets left. So let's go and get another stack of bullets. Thankfully, early on, bullets are very cheap. You'll use the starter bullets from level 1 to 10, and then I think you get new ones at 25 and 40. And then finally at 55 or 51, maybe, when you can get the bullets that can be crafted. Light shot is what we're looking for. Since it's only 10 copper, and we're going to be using it till level 10, let's just go ahead and fill up our bag. We have 19 copper left, so we definitely can't get the aspect of the monkey. But we'll eventually get it, guys. We will eventually get it. Let's also, don't forget, guys, in Classic, when you learn a new spell, you have to go not only put the spell rank on your action bar, but the spell itself. So let's go ahead and put Serpent Sting on here. We won't have to be clicking Auto Shot anymore because we'll open up with our Serpent Sting, which will automatically start casting Auto Shot. So that's a little nice change. So we're just taking back this guy's mug. And guys, I picked up this quest earlier and didn't explain. So it's a Refugee's Quandary. We're going to be picking up Felix's box, chest, and bucket of bolts. They're scattered amongst the troll camps over here, the Frostmane trolls. It looks like they stole his supplies. So, you know, obviously we have Questy, but if you're unfamiliar, if you want to see on the map, we have one camp here, one here, and then one here. So let's go ahead and go get those. While we're at these camps, we'll kill the Frostmane trolls to start the progress on completing the troll cave, which is going to give us a new axe and some food. Alright, let's test out this new Serpent Sting. Serpent Sting does 20 nature damage over 15 seconds, so it's not very much. It's about 4 damage per tick. It's not huge, but it helps when you're sitting here smacking, especially at these early levels. Again, I could backpedal, I could strafe and get more shots in using a swing timer, but I don't mind leveling my weapon skill. And plus, I'm going to be able to get a pet in just 6 more levels, which in Classic is a while, guys. I mean, if we look at our slash played, we're already 25, almost 26 minutes in, and we are only level 4. And we're leveling one of the fastest classes, so... You know, and we're not, by no means are we trying to speedrun. We're enjoying this process. We're going to enjoy this journey going up to level 60. And so I'm by no means trying to speedrun. I'm just enjoying it. I'm going to do all the footage from, you know, fishing, cooking. Maybe we'll have to go farm for certain types of materials to level those. So we'll be able to get all that footage. I may be able to speed up some of that footage. Especially if it comes to just like mindless farming, like chunk of boar meat for cooking, for example. But it's up to you guys. I mean, I would be happy to just film the whole thing. So we need to pick up... Oh, no, we got Felix's box. It was right here. It's this little box on the ground. We'll kill this troll whelp, and we'll head on over to the next box. We don't really need to kill the extra trolls because we have 2 more camps to visit. There's going to be plenty of trolls to kill. And so, although, you know, in Classic they say kill on your way to the quests, just random mobs that'll help you with the leveling. I do that, but I like to do that kind of post level 10. I like to, you know, just get these zones going first, and because I really enjoy these zones, so I try to stick to the quests. I'm a big completionist, guys, so we will definitely try to complete every quest in every zone as we level up. Now, I don't know if we'll just complete every zone in the game, but if we are planning on doing some heavy questing in a zone, we will make the time to complete the entire zone. Oh, we got a cloak. Look at that. Oh, wait. No, we already had the bear shawl from a quest earlier, so that cloak is not as good as our bear shawl. All right, so we have Felix's chest right here. I thought that troll whelp was going to come for us, but he's not. All right, so we're going to get Felix's bucket of bolts. That'll be the last one, which is going to be right there. You can see it sitting by the campfire, that red bucket. And if you see, we only need 2 more troll whelps, which will get both of these. So that's why I said there was no reason to clear out each camp. Just kill what's around your pathing and all of that, and you'll complete the quest. We're actually almost done with the starter zone already, so it's going a little bit quicker than I thought it would. I'm surprised we haven't gotten any bags yet. I always like to see if we get a bag in the first starter zone. You know, the small green pouches or black pouches. Nonetheless, we're going to get our last troll whelp here, and then we'll turn in the troll cave. And there'll be another quest after that one that we'll need to complete. That's going to make us go deep into this cave and find, like, the boss of the starter zone. So, super excited for this, guys. This is, I don't know, it's just such a homey feel. Like I said, I feel like everything matters, and it's a great feeling. I love it. I love Classic. I hope you guys love Classic. If you haven't tried it out, highly recommend it. We just got ourselves a new axe that is almost double the damage per second. Obviously, it's still a small upgrade early on, but it's still a big deal when you're doubling your damage per hit. And it's also the same speed, too, so we're just literally going to be doing more damage more often. Which is great. Plus, it looks a lot better, too. I love the look of the basic stuff. All right, we're gonna get to level 5 very soon. We're 1 bar of XP away, so we're maybe a kill or 2. This one might get us there. Maybe on the next kill. I think this next kill is gonna level us up, guys. All right, how much money do we have? We are over the silver mark, so we'll be able to get our aspect of the monkey. We also need to be able to train our level 6 skills, though. And also, we didn't get level 5 off that mob, so we're going to get it off here. How close are we? Wow, we're 2 XP points away. 2,098 of 2,100. 2 XP points away. That was so close. I don't think I've ever got that close to a level without leveling. All right. There is level 5, guys. Oh, we're not in line of sight. So, for those of you out there that have played Classic, if you want to join the server, you know, what did you main back in 2019 if you did? What's your favorite class race combo? I'd love to hear some stuff from you guys. Just, you know, what do you enjoy about Classic? Are you currently playing WoW? What iteration of it? You know, do you play Season of Discovery? Are you playing Cata Classic? You know, what are you currently doing? I would love to know. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna find Grellin Whitebeard or sorry, not Grellin Whitebeard. We're gonna find the troll that took Grellin Whitebeard's journal, which. We're going to go left in the cave because that's going to go down into the main corridor, which I believe is where he is at. I don't believe he's up top. If I remember correctly, it's been obviously a couple of years since I've been in this cave, but this type of stuff sticks with you because it's Classic. Are we going to pull him or not? If you're ever out of line of sight, you can sometimes jump to kill a mob, so keep that in mind. I'm really glad we went with the dwarf. Playing a dwarf is a lot of fun. Dwarves have always been one of my favorite races, but I just have played them the least because I've always rolled Night Elf when it came to hunters or priests. Warriors, I always kind of rolled human or Night Elf as well. So, although I love the lore behind the dwarf and I love the look of the character, I just haven't played him a whole lot. So I'm really glad that we're getting the chance to play this this dwarf hunter. So I'm super excited. Oh, I did not see that troll whelp. Let's see if we pull him. We're probably going to pull him. We didn't pull him. Wow. How did we not pull him? That's crazy. I for sure thought when the other troll walked by we were going to pull him. All right. Let's see here. Now that troll looks different over there. I was correct. Yep. There it is. We have Grickner the Cold. The first boss of the dwarf starting zone. And look at that critical damage. 27. He frost shocks us. Man, we slapped him with that shot. And we didn't pull any other mobs. So we can just take this journal and head on out. Our inventory's almost full there from that. So we'll turn in the journal. We'll turn in Refugee's Quandary. And that will probably be the end of this first episode. What's our slash played right now, guys? We are 35 minutes and 28 seconds into the Dwarf Hunter. We are level 5. We are finishing up the final quests in the starting zone. We're going to run through these guys. We don't need the kills. And we want to get these quests turned in. I didn't want this first episode to be crazy long, so that's why I'm not stopping to kill every little thing, as this is just an intro into the series that will be Demorin's quest from 1 to 60 and his journey. Alright, we have a staff and a Dwarven Kite Shield. Now, this is where Auctioneer add-on comes in great. Can't use either of these. So I'm going to get the one that's going to vendor for the most, which is the staff, 32 silver. Or sorry, 32 copper. And our next quest is like basically sending us to the next town. We have to turn in up here. And then there'll be another little quest that'll take us to our first town outside of the Dwarven starting zone. First, we got to do a Refugee's Quandary as well. We got to turn that one in. We're going to clean up our bags and vendor some stuff. And then once we're done with that, we'll go ahead and finish up the quests. We're going to head to the Innkeeper. In Classic, guys, leveling is such a journey. When you log out at an inn or a main city, you're going to get rested experience while you're logged out. It may not, seem like a big deal, but it's double the amount of experience from kills. So it can make a huge difference when you're leveling up. So I highly recommend always trying to log out in an inn if you can. We have a bunch of jerky, so I'm going to sell this extra healing herb food. And we're going to repair. Let's talk to our trainer since we're sitting at 2 silver and get Aspect of the Monkey. We're not quite level 6, so we can't get the new spells, but we do get our aspect here. So let's go ahead and turn that on. This is going to increase our dodge chance by 8%. I truly think that Blizzard gave us this spell just to get us to level 10, because stuff is just hitting us in the face constantly until we get our pet. Either that, or maybe they wanted hunters to attempt to tank at one point. They do get mail armor, so it's not a too far off thought. But even in Season of Discovery, we didn't see hunter tanks. At least not yet. So, hunter tanks, if you want to be a hunter tank, your time has not come yet. Alright, so here we are at Mountaineer Thalos. We're going to turn in the report that Grelin gave us. And we're going to accept the next one that says, take this observation and report to Conaros. I think it's Conaros is how you say it. Now, guys, through here, we're just going to run through this cave. These are some trogs. We will absolutely aggro them. Let's kill a couple of them. There we go. Yeah, let's just kill a couple of dogs as we go through. This cave is short. It'll take a couple minutes, but ooh, look at that slapping 20 HP crit. I don't know why I used. Ooh, 24 after strike. That was a good crit. Once we get through this cave, it's just going to be a smooth walk over to the next city, and that is where we will call it for this episode. I keep wanting to hit the 2 right here because I'm used to it being Arcane Shot, and I'm used to using, you know, Serpent Sting and then immediately use Arcane Shot, so it's throwing off my shots, guys. I'm sorry. Alright. We're almost out of the cave. I think we're going to have 2 more Trogs to kill, or 1 more Trog to kill. That's how you knew that Blizzard had such an impression back in the classic days, is I remember that there's two more I'm going to run into. This one and then one by the door when we're leaving over here. The memory is just, it's ingrained in my head. See, there he is. That's the last Trog. I thought we could get another one in, but that's okay. I use a bag, which is why you see my bags all displayed together. It allows me to easily sort and clean up. If you guys ever want me to a full list of add-ons that I use, I'll be happy to put links in the description and stuff. I use Curse Forge to get all my add-ons set up. So now we're just going to follow this next town. How do you guys say it? I say Karanos? Karanos is how I would say it. I always pronounce some of the different towns and stuff in vanilla. Speak of towns and zones and whatnot. What is your guys' favorite zone in vanilla WoW? I have a couple. I would say one of my top favorite zones is Wetlands, which is why I always roll Alliance, because I love Wetlands so much. Probably second favorite zone would be Tanaris, Winter Spring, Unguru Crater. I love all of those zones. Winter Spring is beautiful. I know that there's not a ton of quests there, and there's not tons of stuff to do like other zones. But there's a lot of items. There's some crazy epics that you can get from elites there for different quests and stuff for the priest class. There's the Eye of Shadow. I think there even is a piece for the hunter from some elite dragonkin in Winter Spring, I believe. It's like the Petrified Leaf or something like that. So Winter Spring is top zone. Wetland or leveling zones, Winter Spring for end game is definitely my favorite zone. So we'll definitely get into Winter Spring and see the footage from that as soon as possible. So yeah, guys, this is going to be the of this episode. We're just coming up on the end here. What'll happen? Go ahead and get rested, and I'm not sure when I'll do the next episode. I'm doing a couple different series right now. If you like Pokemon, I'm doing a Pokemon Red walkthrough that you'll see on the channel as well. There's already 2 episodes out for that. We're going to turn in these quests real quick. And we'll turn in the next quest. Always, when you go to your next town right out of your starting zone, set your Hearthstone, guys.
What can I do for you?
We're going to get the water on here because we have plenty of jerky. Second. Now we can hearth back. Our bags are empty and we're ready for the next episode. I'll log out here by the door. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Until the next episode, I will see you soon.